So, with the Minecraft mob vote around the corner, I decided that for this episode of Mob Mondays, I would just add the 3 mobs from the mob vote. So, you might be wondering how I'm doing this mod without coding, and that is because I am using Creator to make this, which is basically like Scratch, but for making Minecraft mods, where you just basically take pre-made like code blocks, put them together to make something new, essentially. So I know some people might be pulling up the, wow, so you've been a fraud this whole time? You a phony? Hell yeah, I am. On to the first mob, the crab. So for the crab, in terms of modeling it and texturing, it went pretty smoothly. It does look a little weird because the big claw, but I think it turned out pretty decent. In terms of features, I wasn't able to add the whole like ability where you can like reach further with the claw that they proposed in the video, just because, like I said, I'm using Creator, so there's a bit of limitations to what I can actually pull off with Creator. So yeah, I couldn't figure out how to make it like reach further, so instead my compromise was I still wanted the claw as like an item you can use, so it's essentially just like a melee weapon. But if you want to, you can cook it and it becomes Connie. So it's basically an edible weapon, which sounds really weird now that I say it out loud. Edible weapon. You can also craft into bone meal too. So next up we have the Armadillo, which is the mob that I think is most likely going to win the actual mob vote, and that is because everyone has wanted dog armor for like the last decade in this game, because we're tired of our dogs dying when we go on adventures. But I don't really like the fact that Mojang is legitimately like gatekeeping legitimately good features for the game behind the mob votes. So every year there's only a 33% chance you get this feature, or it could be gone forever. Kind of stupid. So I get why like everyone's complaining this mob vote, because it's like there's so many good, like each mob brings legitimately good features to the game, but of course we only get one of them, so that means those good features could just be lost forever. But onto the Armadillo. So just like they proposed, you can find it in the savannas. It drops the scales. The ways to get the scales is if it dies, it drops the scale. But the way to like get it without killing the armadillo is if you have a pair of shears. Whenever you use shears on an armadillo, it has like a 20% chance of actually giving you the scale. But whether you get the scale or not, the shears will still take a lot of damage every time you use it on the armadillo, because you are literally using it on armor. And then when you get the scales, you can craft them into like a little dog helmet, and you can use it on a regular wolf, and it will transform into a wolf with armor. Similar to the crab, Creator's limitations didn't make it so I can just give like the actual dog's armor. So basically what I did as a little loophole is I made it so if when you use the dog armor on a vanilla wolf, it'll despawn that wolf and then spawn in a separate entity, which I've dubbed the Armored Wolf, which is basically just the regular wolf but with like twice the amount of health, because it's armored. But yeah, essentially the Armored Wolf is a separate mob from the actual wolf that you basically unlock by using the armor on a regular wolf. You basically have to hit the wolf with it, which is a little cursed, but that was the only way I could get it to work. And keep in mind, because the Armored Wolf is a separate entity, you technically still have to tame it again, which is a little dumb, but this was the best way I can implement the feature. But I think the armored dogs look pretty cool. And for the third and final mob, the penguin from Surfs Up. So yeah, the penguins, in terms of actual features, in the actual video they mentioned like I think they give a boost to boats or something. So I was able to try to figure out something, and they kind of just give you like a bit of a speed boost with like Dolphin's Grace, because I mean a lot of people just mentioned that they are reskinned dolphins, so they basically just give you Dolphin's Grace, because I couldn't figure out how to make the boats go faster. And with that, those are the 3 mods from the Minecraft mob vote of this year. With that, see you in the next video, and please like and subscribe.